Hi FlossTube. I'm here to do my January WIP update. It's going to be short and sweet because there's not a lot to show. I've been not buying anything because I am still doing the stash diet thing. So no new haul and no starts and no finishes and only one WIP. The only WIP I've been working on is Bluebell. And I've been frogging her and restarting her and frogging her and restarting her, or restitching her. And so I finally got her sorted, I think. And hopefully she's going to go a lot more smoothly from here. But I'll show you my progress on her. There she is. This umbrella is taking forever. It seems like I've been stitching on it for weeks. I probably have. So there's that. The other issue I've been having besides frogging is school started. I'm taking 3 classes instead of 2, and so it's just taking up a lot of time. So the stitching time has been kind of limited. Whatever I have been getting has been going to Bluebell, but I've just been busy with other things. So that's really it for the update. There's not a lot to share there. What I did want to talk about for a minute is rotations. Another stitcher was saying in her video that she was having a problem with her rotation. It wasn't really working the way she planned it, and she felt like she had somehow failed because she had, started this rotation that hadn't really worked out for her, and she was going to have to change it. And I just wanted to encourage her and encourage all of you that are struggling with rotations that if you have to change your rotation, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a rotation that doesn't work. If it doesn't work, change it. If it still doesn't work, change it again. If you have to change it 100 times to get a rotation that works, then change it 100 times. Your rotation is supposed to work for you. It's supposed to make your stitching more fun and more productive and more satisfying, and it's supposed to help you finish your projects and keep up with your stitch-alongs and your gifts and your round robins and whatever other kinds of commitments you make. And it's supposed to work for you and your personality and your lifestyle. You're not supposed to be working for your rotation. So if you find yourself working for your rotation, and then you're doing it wrong. And I know we don't like to talk about stitching wrong and that whatever you do is okay as long as you're having fun. But if your rotation isn't working, if you're having to force yourself into this system of rules that you've created that isn't working for you, then you're doing it wrong. Change it. The stitching police are not going to come after you because you have a rotation that doesn't work. And I have a suggestion in order to find the correct rotation and kind of bypass the need to try out all of these. There's a lot of prepackaged rotations out there that people have come up with, and you see them in various places that discuss them, where people have tried, they stitch on every project for 10 hours, or they stitch on every project for a week and then change, or whatever they do. I'm sure those rotations are great for some people. They work for some people. I would say the vast majority of stitchers, just anecdotally, from what I've seen in the various stitching communities that I've been in, they don't really work for a lot of people. You have to have a particular personality and a particular lifestyle to make the 10-hour rotation work, or the stitching on a different project every week rotation. It's really easy for that one to fall apart, because you might get to the end of the week and you're like, I'm having fun on this, I don't want to give this up yet. Or you might get to day 2 and you're like, I don't really enjoy this, I don't want to stitch on it for a week. Or your life might explode and you might be like, the piece I'm supposed to be stitching on this week is getting neglected because I've been very busy and I don't have time to stitch. So it's really easy for that. type of rotation to fall apart very quickly. So I would encourage you to do it a different way and kind of take a more organic approach to how you're going to figure out this rotation that is going to work for your lifestyle and your personality and how you like to stitch. And it's going to seem kind of maybe counterintuitive, but my suggestion really is don't use a rotation for 6 months. Just stitch without a rotation. Stitch on whatever you feel like stitching on, however you're going to stitch, and just stitch with no rules for 6 months. And at the end of 6 months, I can guarantee you, if you've been observing your behavior, and definitely observe what you do, observe your own behavior, pay attention, at the end of 6 months, you're going to have a rotation. You're going to figure out what you naturally do. Do you like one big project and a couple small projects for variety? Do you like to have a choice of a lot of different projects and you stitch a little bit on everything? Do you like to have a few projects? Do you get overwhelmed if you have too many projects? Do you get bored if you have too few projects? Do you, not like big projects and you would prefer to stick to small projects? Just observe what you do naturally and you will find your rotation. It takes a little time, but I think that's the easiest way to do it, because that's what you're going to stick to. What you do naturally is what's right for you. That's what you're going to stick to. That's what's going to make you happy, instead of trying to force yourself into something that worked for somebody else at some point. Just because it worked for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So that's my little soapbox about rotations. Just remember that you are not working for your rotation. If it doesn't work, change it. If you don't like it, if you're frustrated, if you're bored, if you're anxious, if you're overwhelmed, then you're doing something wrong, and change it. Fix it. And keep at it until you get it right. And I think that the best way to do it, and it takes some time, you're not going to have a rotation tomorrow if you do it this way, but I think the most effective way to do it is really just to stitch without a rotation and just observe your natural tendencies and what you will, what you do on your own. So that's my WIP update. Hopefully February's update will include a finished bluebell. I'm really hoping, because I'm really ready to move on and have her finished. And my little soapbox / suggestion for all of you rotation stitchers out there who are beating yourself up over not sticking to the rotation that you planned. It's fine. Just change it and move on. Don't feel guilty. Don't beat yourself up. Don't, it's fine. So, happy stitching and happy rotating, and I will see you all next month. Bye.